Welcome to Guitar-mageddon Music Lessons. Today we're going to be doing a keyboard version of the Diatonic Chords. So, what is a diatonic chord? Well, as we spoke in the video before, you have your scale. C major is the easiest one to analyze because it's just all the white keys. If you build a chord on the first note, we call that a one chord. And in a major key, which C is naturally major, naturally meaning no alterations, no sharps or flats, no black keys. Well, what is a chord? How do you build a chord on the first note? Well, a chord is when you pick a letter and you skip a letter and you skip a letter. And it's easy to do this in the key of C because it's just all white keys. So you can hear it is self-evident that the one chord, so to speak, is major. And if I was to just build a chord on the second, that is naturally minor. I'd have to use a black key in order to make a D chord major. It's naturally minor. So we can, if we build a chord on the second note of our major scale, it's naturally minor. The third is naturally minor, but the fourth and fifth are naturally major. The sixth chord is chilly minor, I like to say. And the 7 chord is the only exception. The 7 chord is what we call diminished. It's not minor. It is naturally just a little bit less than minor on the top end. The 5th note is diminished, so to speak, less than. And that takes you all the way back where you recycle back to your one chord. So just to recap, your 1, 4, and 5, your C, F, and G chords, if you remember from the previous videos, I just remember your C, F, and G chords are major, and the rest are minor. The 7 happens to be diminished, but the 3rd is minor. So, the most common chord progression, the outline of music, so to speak, is the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. If you were to recycle notes, you may, for example, notice that there is a C in the 4 chord or in the F chord. So I can recycle that. See how I kept the C down there? That's called voice leading. Everybody knows recycling is good, right? So when you recycle notes, that's a good thing. Our ears like it. Now, if I was to voice lead the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, build a chord there, but how do I voice lead it? Well, I know that there's a G in the 1 chord, and I know that these 2 chords are really close to C. So what if I respelled it that way? That's how you would voice lead the 5 chord. And that's also just kind of a crash course on what voice leading is and why we do it. It objectively sounds a little cleaner to recycle the notes when you have the opportunity to. So being aware of your diatonic chords, what they are, helps you to make alterations. See how I just threw in a 6 chord? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the biggest rule of thumb is the 5 chord always goes to your 1 chord. So if you threw in an extra chord, like a 6 chord, I applied voice leading there. If you, in root position so it's easier, 1, 4, I'm going to throw in a 6. You always take yourself home through the 5 chord. The 5 chord's like a filter that you can run all the other chords through. 2, 5, 1. 4, 5, 1. 2, 5, 7, 5, 1. Once you know how the regular chords are, then you can change them. I made a minor 4 chord. You just might not think to do that if you didn't understand your diatonic chords. I altered the 5 chord. I made the 3 chord major and voice led it. So once you understand how the chords are naturally, it's a lot easier to manipulate them and throw in extra chords. And once you understand that everything filters back home through the 5 chord, it's a lot easier to throw in extra chords. Pretty basic video today, but I just wanted to go over these diatonic chords from the perspective of the keyboard so that these piano players don't have any advantages on my guitar ninjas. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.